We've got a still life of four objects, four different objects in height, width, size. We're going to use vertical, horizontal, and diagonal alignments to create our drawing today. The idea of vertical, horizontal, and diagonal alignment is to accurately place objects relative to one another to get good proportions as you draw, and it's basically getting very accurate placement of objects. So if we extend our pencils vertically and align the edge of the banana, for example, far right edge of the banana vertically, we can see a relationship between it and the far right edge of the martini glass. So as we draw those two objects, we sort of make sure that they're aligned vertically on our page. If we extend the vertical edge of the bottle here through the back of the apple, you can see that it meets at about the halfway point where the stem would be, right about there. So as you draw those two objects, you can make sure that this line here disappears behind roughly the midway point of this apple. So those are two examples of vertical alignment. Horizontal alignment in this situation is a little bit trickier, but what we could do is we can find a relationship with the top of the apple right here and extend our pencil across to see where it bumps into the martini glass. And it bumps into the stem of the martini glass about maybe 2/3 of the way up from the base to where the glass itself begins. So as you draw that, you can create a little light implied line across your drawing to find that point where it kind of bumps into the martini glass. Another horizontal alignment might be to look at where the base of the glass aligns horizontally to other objects. And so you can kind of maybe extend the base of that glass across to see that it aligns maybe just below the base of the water bottle to its side. Or horizontally, the base of the glass sort of meets the apple maybe roughly 1/3 of the way up from the base of the apple to the top of the apple. So those are a couple examples of vertical and horizontal alignment. A diagonal alignment is also tricky, but for example, maybe what you could do is hold your pencils up against the glass here to see where that line continues to bump into other objects. So as you draw the edge of the martini glass, you might find that it aligns itself to the top right corner of this apple at that point. If you're drawing that line and you find that it goes way too low or way too high, then you've got these objects out of place. And so these are early tricks and tools that you can use and put into practice as you start placing objects before really getting involved with a lot of detail. The heights of the objects, you can always extend lines out from the heights of objects to see where they relate to other forms. You've got a lot of what we call negative space right between the top of the glass and the top of the bottle over here. You could extend lines out vertically from objects to see how much space you've got between that implied line and the edges of form. So these tools, vertical, horizontal, and diagonal alignment, are very helpful in the early stages to map out and place objects in a drawing.